Help support AMTV by becoming a patron, an AMTV staff member, and following us over on Twitter.
Hey there guys, it's Adam Martin here, and welcome back to another episode of the Now Review. And to kick off the new season of the year, we're going to look at two very aptly titled albums. Now That's What I Call Summer, and Now That's What I Call Summer Hits. And bonus album, we're also going to be taking a look at one of the original Now spin-offs, Now the Summer album from 1986. But before we get into the vinyl side of things, we're going to look at these two albums here. Let's start with this one, Now That's What I Call Summer. So as you can see from the packaging, this is obviously a very well designed package. It's got the beach and the sand, and there's some drinks over there by the looks of it. That looks like a very interesting drink for sure, and a lovely bright and yellow title to represent the sun. Nice cool blue and white title there. Flicking over to the back, let's have a look then. CD1, here we go. So of course Summer by Calvin Harris, Wake Me Up by Avicii. A lot of these songs you'll notice are very, fast paced, they're upbeat, stuff you would hear in the summer, so all very well chosen there. That's disc 1, and as you can see this came out in 2014, so there's a lot of 2014 songs there. On CD 2, skimming down, more upbeat and pacey songs as well. It Wasn't Me by Shaggy, what a great summer song. Flicking down there, and finally we've got summer classics, it says, such as Katrina and the Waves, for example. Relight My Fire by Take That and Lulu. In the Summertime, of course, another Shaggy song. Shaggy pops up a lot, as you can tell. It's My Life by Dr. Alban, etc, etc. So those are your 3 discs. And I'll talk more about the tracks individually when I can flip the album round. Let's have a look at the discs. So our advert this time is, how well do you know your summer hits? Well, that's a very good question. This is an ad for the Now What's That Song app, where I guess you hear a bit of a song and then you have to guess what it is. Very simple stuff. Challenge yourself with our new music quiz app, available to download for free on iPhone and iPad. Search Now What's That Song. Only on the App Store. Sorry, Google Play and Android users, you don't get to play. Here's the first CD, a nice blue and yellow combination here. And CD 2 and 3 have variety as well. You've got yellow on blue and sort of a pinky colour on yellow. So overall, I quite like these 3 discs. It reminds me of like if you mash them together to get a multicoloured ice lolly. So yeah, those are your 3 discs. So as for the track list itself, well, true to many nows, it has a lot of modern hits for the time. So a lot of disc 1 is 2014 or 2013 stuff. You go a bit further back, oh look, there's my theme song, Rhythm is a Dancer by Snap, which came out in the early 90s. This is one of the better summery albums I think now put out. There's a real variety here, it isn't just whatever's modern. You've got things from the 90s, things from the 80s, appropriately marked classics as well, I should think. Although some things on here, like Rhythm is a Dancer, for example, that's a 90s song. Yet there's some things on here that are later, like I'm pretty sure Relight My Fire came out after 1992. These are some quality songs, and this is a neat little album. This one was a £5 purchase from CEX, and I think if you're looking to get into the summery ones, why not start here? But of course, we can't forget about the others, so now we're going to move on to this. Now That's What I Call Summer Hits. So this cover art decides to go for a more fairground approach. They've got all the tents and a Ferris wheel and some balloons, so more of a fairground summer attraction-y thing, which I think is cool too. It's still very representative. There's the spine, again blue and white, but also now Summer Hits is in yellow for some reason. Who knows why? Let's have a look at the track list here. So scanning down, you've got Jess Glynn, The Weeknd, stuff like that. Now again, this is a lot of modern songs down here. This came out in 2016, so there's a lot of 2016, 2015 songs on here. And this, as you'll notice, I think is the recurring problem of this album. It is completely devoted to, as its title suggests, summer hits, but none seem to go farther back than the past few years, which is a problem we've discussed on this channel with Now albums. Well, there you go, It Wasn't Me makes its return appearance. That's probably one of the oldest things on there, along with Hips Don't Lie, of course. So yeah, as you can see, Mr. Brightside, it's a remix of Mr. Brightside, but again, this is more modern. If you want a more variety, Summer has you covered, but if you just want more modern hits with a few classics, Summer Hits is probably your better bet. Let's have a look at the disc inside. And this is quite a bare advertising space, isn't it? More fairgroundy stuff. But for full tracklist information, please visit this address here. Artwork and design by Gary Dubiqui, or however you pronounce that. And of course, follow us on our social medias. Now, Summer Hits. Orange on light blue I've never liked as a colour combination. I think that disc is quite ugly. Sadly, discs 2 and 3 don't fare much better. I don't know why orange and blue and red... I just think these are not very well designed discs. The colours I don't think blend very well, and it just looks a bit ugly. So, what do I think of the track list here? Well, again, the problem is, I think, guys, there's too many modern hits and not enough variety. A lot of songs you can get on here, you can find on not just the mainstream numbered series, but you can find it on other compilations. Now, this one I actually got online. This was from the Music Magpie website, and some of their albums they're doing 2 for £5, so if you want to work it out, this was about £2.50 from there. And again, it's not the best thing in the world. As you can probably tell, my favourite is this one. There's a greater amount of variety from a different bunch of eras of summery songs. However, having said that, if you want variety, go for the summer album here. If you want more modern stuff, go for summer hits. And of course, those 2 albums we've discussed, but now, for those of you who have stayed towards the end, we have a 3rd album to talk about. And of course, that's what I call music with the classic logo, the summer album, 30 original summer hits. A simple cover art of the sea and a lovely umbrella. Down here it says, The Beach Boys, The Beatles, 10cc, Elton John, Katrina and the Waves, Casey and the Sunshine Band, Level 42, Mamas and Papas, Cliff Richard, plus many more. So this album is actually one of the first Now spin-offs. I believe they did the Christmas album first, and the first Now Dance album, and then this followed suit in 1986. Let's have a look at the track list on this thing here. So side 1, scrolling down for you. Now the key thing about this album is, when we get down to it, on side 2 should I say, where is it, there you go. The last track we have, All You Need Is Love, one of 2 tracks on here by the Beatles. And I'll talk more about why that's important later. Here's side 3, scrolling down, and side 4, another Beatles song there, Here Comes the Sun. And yeah, overall the track listing here is great. For 1986 and what was available at the time, they really stuck to their theme and tried to obviously go for songs that communicated the theme of summer, or just a general upbeatness. You know, you've obviously got things like Cliff Richard with Summer Holiday, which you ain't going to find on no modern compilation about summer, I'll tell you that. As you can see, a lot of things have like sun and summer in the title even, or California, things like that. That was a door slamming if you heard that there. So, the whole Beatles thing, why is that important? Well, I'll tell you for why. The Beatles catalogue is very notorious for not being shared around on many things. It's not featured on many compilations. It's completely absent from, say, Now That's What I Call the 60s, which I've covered before. You think the Beatles had adorned that. So why do 2 tracks appear here? The answer is I don't know the reason, actually, but for whatever reason, I believe this is the only Now spin-off, or Now there ever has been, to include songs by the Beatles. So if you're a Beatles fan and want to get it on Now, I believe this is the only place where you'll be able to find that. Let's take a quick look inside, shall we? So opening up this vinyl reveals the classic Now, where you got all the pictures and the information about the tracks, styled like the umbrella you see on the front with red and yellow. So, oh, you gotta love things like this, where all the information's written, and it's easier to read. For someone like myself who doesn't have the best eyes, vinyls were great for just giving you this information that you wanted. I love how this one is literally just the front cover, because, I mean, why doesn't that have a picture? Oh, there you go. It was #1 for 1 week in October 1959, and he wrote the song himself. Well, where's his picture then? Why can't Jerry Keller have a picture? Interesting to note as well that above the barcode here it says Summer 1, which I know they did for things like Now Dance, I think, and some of the other Nows, but Summer 1 implies they were going to make more, but for some reason, they never ever did. So funny to think there's actually quite a gap from this in 1986 to this in 2014. I mean, that's a 28-year gap. These may have the summer moniker, but of course, this is where it all started. Now, this was a bit more of an expensive purchase. Of course, it is older, it's a bit more rarer. They're not completely rare. I paid in total about £12 or £13 for this. That's probably the standard amount you're going to pay for it. I'd advise doing it now. Obviously, the vinyl revival has boosted a lot of vinyl prices up, and as the years go on, this will become harder to find. So if you're interested in the summer series or Now spin-offs and you want it on vinyl, pick up this while it's still affordable. So yeah, thank you guys very much for staying till the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed the bonus album here. But yeah, that was the first of our summer videos. There will be another summary video next week because for those who are keen on the Now series, a certain summery party-ish type album is coming out on the 22nd of June. So it may get covered with its other Brothers in the Summer Party series next week. Pretty obvious what it's going to be, so I hope to see you next week for that episode. Thank you for watching, like the video, share it around with your friends, and until the next one, I will see you guys next time.
Thank you to our patrons for helping to support the show, and a special thank you to Macra, Jen Samantha Pringle, Hooks Media, Ben Freeman, Ethan Carberry-Holt, The Welsh Lady, Bruce Danton, The Broken Kitsumanoid, and Cooking at Nans and DIY, our AMTV staff members.